Hi, my name is Tarryn Sampson, and I'm a featured woman for the November 2024 issue of the Bold Maven magazine.
Can you share a little about what you do?
I am in the tax and accounting space of small business world. I also offer small business solutions. I have people who come to me looking to start their business, all the way to people who are looking to expand their business. I focus a lot on making sure that the accounting side of a small business owner's business is beneficial and set up in the best way for tax purposes. So the goal is to save as much on taxes, make sure your structure is correct, and to keep you compliant and out of trouble with the IRS.
What schools did you attend?
My first year of college, I attended LIU in Brooklyn. And then from there, I transferred to Temple University in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where I obtained my Bachelor's of Science in Accounting. I've also took classes with Phoenix, University of Phoenix. I did the beginning of my tax studies with H&R Block.
How did you get into this industry?
I just remember in 1996, I think it was, I saw a commercial that H&R Block had regarding their tax classes. And I said, hey, my degree's in accounting. I'm pretty good with numbers. I tried it, and I ended up working with them for 6 years before I left and started my business part-time in the evenings outside of my accounting job. Funny story is I'm the first person in my household to attend college. My parents both migrated here from Trinidad and Tobago. I had no guidance, and I really wanted to study law and psychology. And my best friend's uncle said, there's too many attorneys out there, study accounting. And he was like, you'll always have a job. And so I thought about it. I was like, I'm pretty good with math. And that's how I ended up changing and studying accounting.
What inspired you to start your own business?
I didn't like how H&R Block was changing for us, for their preparers. They were putting a lot of the onus on bringing in clients or keeping clients, while they were making changes that caused clients to want to leave. And they started changing the structure of our pay and all that stuff. So I said, you know what? I can do this on my own. That following year, I think it's 2002, I didn't renew with them. And I ironically got a call from a software company offering to sell software to me to start my own business. And so I did it. I said, Mom, can I borrow some money? She gave me the money, and then TS Tax Services, which is what it was called then, was started.
What do you consider to be some of your biggest accomplishments so far?
Definitely one, starting my own business. It was never a thought of mine growing up, When I was growing up, especially when your family moved from a foreign country, it was you get a good job, you retire, you get a pension, and you're good, right? That would be my first. The second that I would mention is being hired for speaking engagements. That's another thing that I never envisioned, never thought about. So when those opportunities came to me, it was really overwhelming and exciting that someone viewed me in that light. And then one of the last thing I would mention, I'm an enrolled agent with the IRS, and I've been able to save my clients almost $1 million in taxes. I've had one friend who got audited, and he brought me in to assist, and they said he owed for 2 years like over $600,000, and I was able to get it down to $23,000. And then some other clients, but that is my biggest save thus far. It's different for each situation. It just depends on what's going on. Like I have another one that I'm battling with that will be favorable but not as favorable. I tell small business owners all the time, it's very important to have your books in order. When the IRS comes a knock in, you want to be able to say, hey, here's all the documentation, here's the proof of everything. It deals a lot with a lot of conversation between me and the IRS agent and then the client in order to gather the information that the IRS agent is looking for. It may be a process with a different situation where we just need to prove that the client can't pay what it is. So really from situation to situation, it varies a little bit.
What has your experience been as a Black woman in your industry?
It's, I would say it's a good experience. I tend to be able to intermingle with various groups of people. And so while we are in a minority in the industry, it's not such that it's prohibitive, you know. Matter of fact, one of the organizations that I'm a member of, which is the National Society of Tax Professionals, that's the first group I joined. And we travel for our tax education, which I love because I get to write it off and have a vacation at the same time, right? But they brought me in to be a part of their DEI, looking to expand out. There's a large Hispanic in the industry as well, and it's important to that group to be inclusive of all. So I've had a good experience in being a Black woman in the industry.
What memories keep you motivated?
I would say the memory of my sister. She passed away in 2021, and she was one of my biggest cheerleaders. She believed in me wholeheartedly. And so my memory of her keeps me going. I tell her every day that I'm going to make her proud because she believed in me when I didn't even believe in myself.
Outside of work, what brings you enjoyment?
I'm a social butterfly. So I like to socialize with friends and family and travel. Like I mentioned, the one group, National Society of Tax Professional, NSTP, we travel for our education. So I get to see various places of the world that I may not have gone to on my own. So like earlier this year, we went to Oregon. I got to step on to the state of Washington, you know, and see beautiful waterfalls, you know. So travel, I truly believe travel is one of the best educators. Seeing the world outside of what you see every day helps you expand your mind and helps you to see that there's more to life than this right here.
What advice would you give a younger you?
So I was a kid that definitely last to pick in sports and, you know, and all that stuff. And, you know, nowadays it's the environment of everyone gets a medal. But when I grew up, everyone did not. It did make me feel a way, but I think that also inspired me to work harder and to find my own footing. So I would tell my younger self that you are enough, you will accomplish great things, and continue to believe in yourself.
Is there anyone that you would like to shout out?
Of course, my sister, but my family members who have helped me along the way. My cousin, Tarryn Sampson, my other cousin, Lisette Smith, numerous friends. I have a college friend who came into town, and when I first opened up, he prayed over my business, which I truly believe was a big part of keeping me well grounded in God here. His name is Michael Scoff. My best friend, Laura Edmondson, who has been with me all from first grade all the way through college. She's inspired me to keep going. So those are just some of the people that I would shout out and show my appreciation to.
Final question.
Okay.
Do you have any current or future endeavors that you can share with our audience?
I'm extremely excited about rolling out my accountable business community. So when I started my business in December of 2024, so this is 10 years for me, being a solopreneur. All I knew when I left my accounting job was that I wanted to work with small business owners. I didn't know how and in what way. And God said, oh, you're going to start a tax and accounting business. And I was like, why? I'm doing taxes on the side and accounting, right? And so after a couple of years, I said, oh, that's how I'm going to meet the small business owners that I want to work with, right? So, and I believe my obedience has brought me here. And over the years, I've come to learn what small business owners really need. I'm going to be rolling out my ABC group, which is the Accountable Business Community, where I will be providing webinars, information, bringing in other professionals that small business owners need, like HR consultant, an attorney, and one piece that I think that's very important that people may not think about is a psychologist, psychiatrist, a type of person. That person will help them to deal with inner struggles that they have. A lot of times we're the only person in our family, and so when we're struggling, our family members might say, oh, well, go back and get a job, you'll be fine. And that's not the answer. But you need someone to kind of talk to and help you work through the struggles that you're having. So those are some of the things that I'll be doing with this accountable business group. First, my website, which is tstaxservicellc.com, and on all social media platforms, TS Tax Service ATL. To continue this conversation, you can read my story on the boldmaven.com. Make sure to subscribe to the Bold Maven newsletter to gain access to the digital magazine.